Hello, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and this review is of the Super Flower Mega Cool. And I've got the 3-pack. It's the SF-PF121-BK underscore 3P, which of course means 3-pack. This is one of the fans that Hardware Busters reviewed and compared with a lot of other fans and discovered it was one of the best. I managed to get it out with a bit of a discount, so that was a bonus, and I couldn't resist the temptation. I also wanted to get the Seasonic MagFlow, but unfortunately they weren't on sale. So we will take a look at this fan. And I like the purple cushions, this kind of metallic looking gray that's very similar to the Fantex T30, but it's got a little bit more, I don't know, metallicness to it. And this is probably aluminum. Lots of blades, whole 9 blades. It comes with a daisy chainable option here and a very short cable, but never fear, because that's not all it comes with. It also has 3 extension cables, which I believe are 5. No, that's not it. 500 millimeters, 50 centimeters. They are 500 millimeters long. 3 of them, not just one. Plus, you also get radiator screws. And there are, I can't differentiate between them myself, but there are there are regular screws. And is this the other? I can't really tell which one is which. There are supposed to be 2 different kinds of radiator screws here. But they all look the same to me. So, yeah, I can't tell the difference. One of it says on here 12 radiator screws and 12 radiator plus halo screws. So I guess it's a difference in length. Not really sure. But hey, at least you have that option. And as a bonus, well, not really a bonus, but there's a remote control, and you do not need a hub, because the device that receives the signal is built into the fans. Now, granted, you don't get 100% control over these. However, it allows you to set, without using PWM, your fan speeds to low, medium, or high. Now, one thing I did do before I started this video was I plugged them in and into my fan controller that I can actually see the RPMs all with. Since my Akasa one is unreliable, I don't use that anymore. And discovered that none of these 3 fans actually reach the rated speed. So at the low setting, if you use the remote control, you should reach 2,000, and it was within 200 RPMs of that, but lower than 2,000, so like 1910 or something like that. At 2,500, which is the middle speed, it was within 200 RPMs, and they gave variants of plus or minus 200 RPMs for the low and medium settings. Now, for the high setting, they give 250 RPMs, and these fans were within 250 RPMs of 3,300. So, but each time that I checked, it was always below the stated speed of the fans. So I don't know if they were like fudging the numbers a little bit, or if I just got unlucky with the batch that I got, or if there's just a wild amount of variance. It just occurred to me I could have looked at the Hardware Busters review of this fan in particular to see if they noticed the same problem with it not actually acquiring the speeds listed. I guess I'll have to do that. Now, these are not quiet fans. And however, I did also check to see what the lowest RPMs I could get these to go at, which was almost 1,000 RPMs. Now, it suggests on the website that they could go as low as, I think it was 250 or 200, but I could not actually drop them down that far. I deliberately dialed down the RPMs using my controller, but it didn't drop down into any more than around 1,000 RPMs, no matter what I set it to. Then I dropped it down to like 120 or so, but it refused to go any lower than that. I hope that this is not a consistent result with these fans, that it's just my bad luck that I got a 3-pack that has fans that don't achieve the stated speeds but are within the variance rate listed. These are definitely not light, and they don't have lights. See how I did that? That was pretty clever, right? No? Oh, okay. And let's find out, however, about the sound. And we'll even use this so you can experience the sound both according to the presets as well as PWM. And of course, as always, we will compare it to the Noctua A12x25. And this time, the Noctua will win, because these fans are not designed to be quiet. They are designed to be powerful, which makes them excellent for air coolers and water coolers. In fact, I am going to do an experiment with my Frozen Knot, and probably with the other ones that I have, the other 6. And I'm probably going to be ordering one of the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3s, so I will also test with that. I will replace the stock fans with these and see, and so you can see what it does to the results as far as cooling is concerned, because most radiators do not come with the best fans available. Now, I know Fantex has a water cooler that comes with the T30s, and that's great. And Deepcool just came out with a new one called Mystique, which beats the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 and 2. And then the Lee Galahad Trinity Performance, when they're not failing, also outperforms the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3. So a lot of people are making a claim about Arctic Liquid Freezer 2 and 3 that they are the best AIOs. No, this is categorically not correct. If you noise normalize, which is to say, if you limit the speed of the fans to a level that is tolerable to you, they will do better at that speed than most other water coolers. However, if your water cooler needs to dissipate more heat than is allowed by that noise limitation, the Arctic Liquid Freezer will not be able to do its job, because the fans are there to be quiet, not to be powerful. And gosh, before I go any further with this, I'm just going to stop, and I'm going to say, if you want a better water cooler, get better fans. If you want a better air cooler, get better fans. And I'm going to prove it with my water coolers. So let's go ahead and listen to the noise. Now I'm told, although I never saw them, that Linus Tech Tips used to take the stock fans off of coolers and test them with powerful fans, but I've never seen those videos. I just heard about it from another user. All right. So let's start with the presets. And I will have to actually turn this on first. Now, the interesting thing about it is if you plug this into a PWM port, and the PWM port is trying to decrease the voltage in the way that it does that, then it's not going to run at the preset 2000 RPMs on low. So right now I've got it set on low, which it should be 2000 RPMs. However, this is the sound that you would hear. And now I'm gonna decrease the speed by decreasing the power going to the fan. And when you hear that noise, the fan is saying, "I can't get enough power. I'm turning off." All right, back to the remote control. This is the low speed sound. Now go to medium. And let's go to high. It feels so good. All right, so I'm going to leave it on high, and I'm going to drop the power. And obviously, because it's a 3-stage. I almost forgot to mention that this fan is a little bit unique. It's the first one with 3 phases and 12 poles. Please don't ask me to explain that. I am not an expert in that. But the explanation that they state here is 12-pole DC motor with 3-phase on the fan to achieve the best cooling performance, quickly enabling heat dissipation. Application with BLDC motor driver IC designed by TW leading company GMT. Ideal selection for energy saving. Yeah. And, these are 30 millimeters thick, just like the T30. And this will crush the T30 most of the time. All right, so I've got it. You hear that noise? It does not like that. Yeah, I don't like that noise that it's making. So let's boost it back up a bit. So that's the noise level. Now if I drop down to low speed, wow, that was weird. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. This is on high speed. Now I'm going to drop it to low speed. So what's happening is the percentage is changing. So the speed is actually changing. It doesn't like that, does it? And I don't like that noise. Come on, there we go. All right, so back to high speed. And let's speed it up. Wow, isn't that loud? I have other fans that are louder. Do you remember the Delta? That's definitely loud. Let's compare that to the Noctua. I'll just have to try not to drop either of them, especially not this one. You're not going to hear the Noctua, but let's try anyways. Yeah, I can hear the Noctua, but it's definitely quiet compared to this one. Now I'm curious to see about the quality of these bearings. That's better than average, but not as good as the SSO2s. But I think that's actually really close. So let's do it this way. I'm going to turn both of them on, and then I'm going to turn both of them off at the same time. I've got them sitting on my desk here, so I can do this. All right, let me show you. Or not. Ugh. Good golly. Oh, my. They're making some noise. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to turn off the power to both of these now, and we can see which one stops spinning first. Now, remember, the Noctua only runs at 2,000 RPMs, and this one, the Super Flower, is like 4,000. Oh, my gosh. Within a few seconds of each other. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to have to drop this down to the low setting because that would make it the equivalent of the Noctua in terms of speed. So let's try again. Okay, now it's on low. Give him a second. Here we go. This is kind of interesting. This is... Which one's going to stop first? Ooh. Okay, so there's a bigger time gap there. That was like probably 4 seconds as opposed to 2 or 3 seconds previously. But still, this makes the bearings on this fan one of the best that I have so far seen. And that's encouraging. That's a really good sign for this product. Now back to your regularly scheduled ugly host. Oh boy. All right, that should be good enough. How exciting. I mean, in a geeky kind of way, it's exciting. Because I'm so disappointed by so many fans out there that, it doesn't matter if they say that the lifespan is 40,000 hours or 100,000 hours or 300,000 hours. Most of them don't spin as long as the SSO2 or even come close. Most of them spin half the duration at best. And that is one of the tests that I will be conducting along the way so people can theoretically at least understand the difference in terms of the quality, because friction within the bearings affects how much energy you have to use and affects how long it's going to last before it wears out, and so on and so forth. So, excellent fan for any use as long as you don't mind the noise. And you get the little bonus of this, which, let's be honest, is much preferable to a switch built into the side of a fan that you cannot access easily when it's mounted inside of your computer. Yes, I said it. I came right out and I said it. So, That's pretty much it. I mean, oh, there is one point of uniqueness. Well, 2 points really. Every single side, all four sides, has got super flower with the butterfly on it, but it alternates which direction it's oriented, up or down, so that no matter which way you mount it, if you mount it carefully, you will always see super flower with the butterfly right side up. And all four of the sides also show rotation and flow arrows. So people don't have to be confused, I guess. Not that it's actually terribly challenging to figure out. I'm going to have to fix that later. All right, well, let's go ahead and take at the impressive specs of this fan. All right, the Super Flower Mega Cool PWM SF PF121 BK3P. And it's currently the price is a bit higher. I think the actual price right now is probably like $30 a fan or something like that, making it quite comparable in terms of price to the Noctua A12x25, the Phanteks T30, and several other of the really powerful fans out there, and cheaper than some of the more expensive fans out there that aren't powerful but are being sold at too high of a price, including Leon Lee fans. I mean, this Super Flower makes the Leon Lee fans look weak. I mean, Noctua as well, and NZXT and a whole bunch of other ones, but yeah. This is a beast. Okay, it's got certifications from Underwriter Laboratories, E525900, TÜV, CE, and ROHS, made in China, 120 by 30 millimeters, 70,000 hours of life, which is kind of disappointing. I had expected better, especially given that Noctua gives 150,000 at least. But they both have a 6-year warranty, so that's definitely a plus. Now, this is actually heavier than the Noctua at 245 grams versus 200. They have the same number of blades, 9. And this one has, if you use the remote control, it has 3 speeds. Theoretically, the very minimum speed is 250, but when I tested again, it was the minimum that I got was about 1,000. The speed for the low is 2,000, the medium is 2,500, and the high is 3,300, but 3,300 really turned out to be closer to 3,180. And it had to run for several minutes before it would actually stick with 3180. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but I hope they work that out. Now, the minimum airflow as per the remote control usage is 90.04 cubic feet per minute, which is almost as good as the maximum of the Noctua at 102.1. But, let's be very specific here. So at low speed, now again, if you're using PWM and you're not using low, medium, high, this doesn't apply. But if you are using low, medium, and high, you're talking about minimum airflow of 90.04 CFM, 113.16, and 151.87. And the minimum static pressure using the remote is 2.71, which, pay attention here, the Noctua's maximum is 2.34. This is like not the minimum, but close enough. So 2.71, 4.15, and 7.14, which makes this fan stronger than a lot of the other fans that are out there. Now, let me just, that's not the right one. There it is. Not the right one either. Where is that one? Oh, fudge. Well, anyways. I don't know where I put it. I was going to show you the top fans comparison, but I think it must be in my other spreadsheet. Anyways, so 7.14 maximum. Of course, it's probably closer to 7 because I can't get it to run at 3,300 RPMs. But either way, I mean, that's fantastic. Fan noise minimum using the remote is 35.73. That's very noisy, but within tolerance. And then the maximum is supposedly 48.39, which could very well be. The fan's cable length is only 16 centimeters, which is why they've got the extension. It is daisy chainable and sleeved, and it's PWM. And they use dual ball bearings. 12 volts, 9 watts. So yeah, we're talking consumption of power here. And that's at maximum. Don't forget, this is not when it's running at low speeds. So, but if we compare that to the Noctua, then we're talking about 9 versus 1.2. But you're getting power, much more power. And however, and then the amperage is 0.75 versus 0.1. So yeah, this does have rotation and flow indicators. It's a clockwise turning fan, 12 screws, 24 radiator screws, corner cushions in purple, which I am very happy with because I love purple. And you can switch speeds with the remote control. You get 3 50 centimeter extension cords and the remote control. That's all, but that's a lot.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Please like, subscribe, and share.